Hello, Alphas. Jesus, it's been a long time. It's been a really, really long time since I have been live in this group. And there's a reason for it, and we're going to go a little bit into that today. But yeah, it's been an interesting time. Like most of you will know, I had my birthday last week, or on Sunday. And oh my God, what a good birthday it was. It was an amazing birthday. I cannot believe that I'm actually 47. Honestly, I feel like I am 27, maybe at the most, with my energy levels and how I feel about my body and everything else right now. But the only thing that I do notice where I feel older is really I feel wiser. That's the only difference. But still feeling sexy as fuck and just amazing. So I've just dropped a comment in for you guys for clearance to clarity. If you're wanting to get in, we are starting on the 4th of November. I'm so excited to be running this again. This is going to be one of my signature programs going forward. So now is the time to get in. And I wanted to talk to you about, the fact that now is the time for us to stop explaining ourselves, to stop apologizing for who we are, to stop apologizing for what we stand for, to stop apologizing for our message, to stop apologizing for our opinions, to stop apologizing for our existence, for God's sakes. And more importantly, to stop explaining ourselves to everybody who's not on the same journey, who's not on the same page as us, and who quite frankly have no desire to get to know us and to understand our message. And this came through really strong for me today, specifically because I was having a conversation with a person on LinkedIn who started commenting on one of my articles. And, everything in my article was basically taken out of context and taken out of alignment of who I am and what I stand for. And really, it was just him from his perspective and where he's finding himself in life, just putting all of that shit onto me and then saying, this is why I'm a bad person and this is why he doesn't agree with me and this is why I'm competitive and this is why I'm excluding people and blah, 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 blah. And my old self, quite frankly, would have gone, no, that's not it. You're not getting it. Let me tell you my story and then maybe, we'll be on the same page and then maybe you'll understand where I'm coming from and then maybe you will actually appreciate the work that I do. That was the old me. The new me? Nah, couldn't be fucked. Because at the end of the day, my life is way too short and way too precious to try and get everybody on the same page as me. Even one of his comments was the fact that I'm being sexist in that I only speak to females and so I'm excluding men when 90% of my followers and the comments on my content on LinkedIn are all from men. I mean, how hysterical is that, right? And that, I am kind of like putting men down and whatever the case might be. Here's the thing. He's old. Like, he's older than me. He's probably in his 60s. And I respect that, and I get that he's had his own experience from life and that he has his own worldview. But for me to sit and use my precious time to explain to him, dude, like seriously, I am pro-man and pro-woman. I am probably the most inclusive person on the face of the earth. I am pro-humanity. I'm also pro-animal. And so his comments about animals was like, whatever. And the fact of the matter is, I've also learned that we are all very different. Like this whole idea that we have to include everybody when we are talking and we have to include everybody in our opinions and that we have to include everybody in the way that we think is just so disrespectful disrespectful of the individual. It is so disrespectful of the individual. My message most definitely does not resonate with even 1% of people. Why? Because not even 1% of people are alphas. Now, this is the interesting thing. Alphas love the term alpha. It just kind of clicks for us. And it's not because we put ourselves in a pedestal. It's just as if it's a name that we were given at birth, right? It's like an energetic name that we were given, the same as my name Anel was given to me. In fact, Alpha almost resonates even more with me than Anel most days, because I embody the energy of showing up, of choosing to be a leader in my life, in my world, in my experience. And from this space, I get to share with other people. Now, alphas never get offended by the term alpha. Everybody else, oh my God, they have such an issue with the world. They're like, oh, how dare you actually call people alphas? Do you think that you're better than everybody else? And I'm like, no, but I know that I'm different from everybody else. And so why on earth would I not celebrate and embrace and appreciate and accept this difference of myself? I have no desire whatsoever to be like everybody else. I have no desire whatsoever to speak in a language that actually resonates and pleases everybody else. It is this pleasing mentality that is really screwing people over in a huge way. What is the number one thing that I hear, especially from women, of why they are struggling in life? And now I am such a people pleaser. Well, stop it. You are not here to please anybody else. You are not here to be like everybody else. You are not here to speak in a way that everybody will get you. This is your life, darling. This is your life. And what I have found is the more that I speak in a way online, the same that I speak to myself in my head all of the time. If you have to read my journals, you will see my journals is the same as my blogs. If you had to listen to me on my bike, you will hear that my language on my bike is exactly the same language that I use on my lives or on my recordings or on whatever the case might be. There is a consistency, which is why my language flows, because that is truly how I speak to myself. And the more I give myself permission to speak the way that I speak to myself and through myself and with myself, the more other people who are actually speaking this way in private to themselves as well go, oh my God, now I get it. Now I'm receiving the message. Now I can hear what she is saying. Because the fact of the matter is, majority of us have the same message. Majority of us is really teaching the same stuff, right? Majority of us are all talking about the universal laws and how we apply it into our lives to create more joy, abundance, love, whatever it is that you are seeking at this moment. The reason we all get to share our message is because we all speak a different language. And our people need to hear our voices. Now, I'm not just talking about those of us who are building businesses online or who are leaders or coaches or whatever the case might be. You need to understand that if you are in my space, you are a leader in life, not a leader in title, a leader in life. You came here because you said that you wanted to start being true to yourself and create that example for other people. We are not going to do that if we are continuously spending our time and our energy and our resources on having empathy for everybody else and walking in everybody else's shoes and explaining ourselves to everybody else, when quite frankly, those who are not open to receive our message will not receive it, regardless of how much time you spend to explain yourself to them. They are not in the space to receive your words. If they were, they wouldn't have a problem with your words in the first place. Now, what I've also found, especially in the online space, is that there are some people who do not go online with the intention of finding something that will add value to them, that will add value to their day, that will add value to the way that they are thinking. Nuh-uh. They are out there because they are displeased with the results that they have created in their own lives. And so they go and find things that will actually justify their feeling of indignation, of, oh my God, why do I not have more in my life? Let me feel into this. And from this space, I will go find evidence of the fact that I am actually worthy, but look at all these other assholes online. So if I can just tear them down a little bit, then I'll feel better about myself. Have you found that? Have you come across that? And honestly, I just don't have any more time or patience or desire to take the time and sit with those people and open up their hearts. Instead, what I do is I'm very much focused on opening my own heart every single day, of connecting with my true self every single morning before writing a single word, before making a single post, before creating a single offer. I connect with myself, my higher self, my love. And yes, some people look at my love and it doesn't make sense to them because their idea, their picture of love does not look the way that my love is expressed. And that's perfect too. But as long as I am connected to myself, and as long as I am connected to my heart, and as long as I am connected to my message, as long as I am connected to myself, and I share from this space, I know it's good. I know it's good. And I know that every single day that I do this, somebody's lives gets touched. And yes, my work is dedicated towards the alpha females at this time, and yet I get so many messages from men to saying, thank you. Wow, that's really opened up my mind to something I've never thought of before. In fact, I was amazed. I received a message from a man the other day, and he was like, your article on romancing myself has completely changed my life. And so yes, I get that men and women, we have so many similarities, but at the end of the day, there is an experience that I wish to create, and some of that experience has got a really strong feminine energy to it with my masculine energy, right? And so for me, I speak to the alpha female because I also understand that alpha females have a really strong masculine energy. And I don't want you to reject that anymore. I want you to fully embrace your masculine energy and fully embrace your feminine energy. And from an integrative space, you start creating your life. This is powerful, powerful stuff. Now, as I have gone through this year and really just reconnecting to myself on such a deep level after leaving my marriage, because honestly, this is the first time in my adult life that I am single and allowing myself to just be me and dedicating myself to my work. It's the most phenomenal experience. I have allowed myself this year to just really peel back the layers and to find the essence, the core of the work that I desire to bring into this world. And so you're going to see that my business is transforming right now, and I'm moving away from the entrepreneurial space, and I'm focusing my love on the alpha female and remembering who she is, reconnecting with herself, and create a life of thrive. Now, for many alpha females, yes, that life of thrive does include an empire of impact, but not for all. Because the empire of impact that I refer to is not just a business, it's your life. Your whole world is your empire. And so that is what my focus is on. And I also know that right now, what is missing for so many alpha females is first clearing all of the stuff. So much stuff. Because until we clear all the old beliefs and the old hurt and the old lessons not learned, because there's still so much forgiveness that needs to take place, until we clear the old energies out, it is really, really hard for you to connect to your vision. And a lot of my vision came through after doing clearance to clarity for myself. After doing this program for myself and then going, wow, okay, now what is it that I desire to create in this world? What is it that I desire to bring into fruition for other women to experience so that they can have a new connection, a new love, a new appreciation, a new acceptance of themselves? And honestly, this program is affordable because I want women to finish this year without all of the struggle and all of the confusion and all of the clutter and that feeling of suffocation. So many women are exhausted at the moment because they're just walking around with so much baggage. And they never take the time to actually go, I'm committing to clearing all the shit now. Which is why there's an investment, because when we invest money into a program, we do the work. It's like a gym membership, right? You're not going to go to the gym if you haven't actually paid your membership. It just doesn't happen. And I've also decided that the courses are going to be run live from now on, because I know that even though the course material is really powerful, not even 1% of people who sign up for an online course, that's just an evergreen online course, completes it. It's just the reality. And I want people to complete this course. I want them to receive the accountability of an accountability coach. And I want them to receive the support that is going to be available on the live calls every single week, so that if you are stuck, if something is coming up and you don't know how to shift it, you get on the call coaching and you can release it and you can move on and you can finish the 4 weeks feeling like a badass. That is what this course is designed to do. So, where are you currently not yet accepting and appreciating all of you? What are the parts of you that you are still making wrong, that you find that you are continuously explaining it to other people because you want to justify it for yourself, or even more revolting, apologizing for it? Women apologize way too much. Way too much. Like, stop apologizing. You have a right to your voice. You have a right to your space. You have a right to your desires. You have a right to be happy. You have a right to manifest your dreams. You have a right to hang out with people who are on the same page as you, that you can have wonderful, stimulating, loving conversations with. You are not here to please everybody. You are not here to be available to everybody. You are not here to be pleasing to everybody. Because when we say that we have to please everybody else, then you know what? We're telling everybody else that they have to show up in a way that's pleasing to us. Like, do we seriously all want to be vanilla? Oh my God. How horrible. Who the fuck wants to be vanilla? I mean, I like vanilla as well. But you know what? Then at least put on some chocolate sauce for me. Because at the end of the day, I'm not a huge vanilla fan. And I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with vanilla. It's just not for me. And when we start celebrating our uniqueness, our own difference, we're also telling everybody else that being different is good for us too. Doesn't mean I have to go sleep with you. Doesn't mean we have to be friends. But I'm saying I accept you as I accept myself. And it's because I accept our differences that I don't have to sit at the table with everybody. People are so often ready to go, oh, don't compare us to animals. Well, you know, maybe animals actually have some things more right than what we do. You don't see the lion and the sheep wanting to be friends. It's only the domesticated cats and dogs and pigs and everybody else that we domesticate that live in harmony. What's the lesson in that for us? Like, are you domesticated or are you wild? Because in the wild, there is space for all animals. Maybe we should start learning from the animals again. So that's really the message that I wanted to share with you guys. I am back. I have done my clearing. I have done the inner work that I needed to do so that I could serve you more powerfully. And so I want to say thank you for your patience in my absence in the group. That has now ended. You will be seeing way more of me. And I would love for you guys to start engaging again in this group. And I would invite you to post your comments, even if you're watching the replay, because I'll always come back. If you have any questions, pop them in. I'll answer them. So I know there's a lot of people in this group that's not really familiar with me. There's some real golden oldies in here, and then there's lots of new people. So there is nothing off limits in my space. You can ask anything. Anything. I am an open book. If you need coaching on something, then pop it in as well, and we will coach you like on the spot. And here's the beautiful thing, guys. If you have a question, chances are somebody else has that same question. If there's things coming up for you, chances are it's coming up for other people as well, which is why comments are so powerful. Comments are so powerful. It's not just the live training that has the magic. It is the comments on the live training, because everybody who watches it and who sees the comments go, oh my God, yes, me too. Right? Oh, I needed to ask that as well. Oh, thank God she had the balls to do so. And there's nothing wrong with that. So please ask your questions in here. Please put your comments in here. Let's get some life in here, right? And let's continue to thrive. So if you have any questions on clearance to clarity, please just message me. I'm happy to answer it. Honestly, it is super affordable. And it is my desire that every woman will do this program. I've also decided this is going to be one of my core programs, which means it will be run every single year, probably 2 or 3 times a year. And every time it's run, you will have access to the live trainings as well. You don't have to repay. So whoever gets in on this investment, understanding inflation goes up, so the investment will go up next year, but you will get access to all of the live trainings forever more, like lifetime access, and you'll only make the investment this one time. So any questions, let me know. Other than that, I really hope that this training has been inspirational for you to connect to who you are and to start creating awareness of where you might still be rejecting yourself through behavior such as explaining yourself or apologizing for yourself. After all, darling, only death is inevitable. Thriving is always the choice of the alpha. Live with honor. Cheers.